Swadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's Tuesday, March 24th of 2015, and I'm Sandra Han Utsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story for today, the Prime Minister of Thailand has expressed his condolences to the Singaporean government for the passing away of Singapore's first Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. General Prayut Chan-o-cha will travel to Singapore on March 29th to pay respect to Mr. Lee Kuan Yew upon the invitation of the Singaporean government. The Prime Minister said Mr. Lee was widely known as the founding father of Singapore, who turned the small port into a wealthy global hub. Mr. Lee, who had fought for Singapore's independence from Britain and separation from Malaysia, died at the age of 91. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has sent a letter of condolences to his Singaporean counterpart for the passing of Singapore's founding father, Lee Kuan Yew. The letter from Minister of Foreign Affairs, General Thanasak Patimaparakon, reads, "I wish to express my deepest condolences to you and through you to the people of Singapore on the passing away of His Excellency Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, the founding father of Singapore and the first Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore. His Excellency Mr. Lee Kuan Yew has left behind an everlasting legacy on Singapore and the region at large. He will always be remembered for his bold and visionary statesmanship in developing Singapore into a stable and prosperous nation. The Thai people's thoughts and prayers are with the nation of Singapore and its people during this difficult time." Mr. Lee, who was Singapore's Prime Minister for 31 years and who oversaw the island nation's independence from Britain and its separation from Malaysia, passed away on Monday after spending weeks in hospital and on life support. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha asserted on Monday that a revamp of the tax structure is necessary, while the government will only raise the VAT rate when the time is right. General Prayut said the revamp of taxation was necessary as it would provide future governments with additional tools for reducing disparity and fostering fairness. The value-added tax, or VAT, is a tax that allows every member of the public to contribute to national development. He added that the VAT rate would only be raised under appropriate circumstances. According to General Prayut, the less than expected amount of revenue collected by the state partly has to do with the decline in exports. Exports, which make up as much as 70% of the country's GDP, have contracted in line with the global economy. He also noted that Thailand's manufacturing cost is higher than her competitors. General Prayut added that the government's working team on economic affairs has been performing well, but improvements have to be made in the aspect of disseminating information to the public. Thailand is the second country in the Asia-Pacific region to be given the message of United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on the occasion of World Water Day 2015, observed on the 22nd of March. The UN message on the global water situation and climate change and the 2015 World Water Development Report were handed to Thai Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha by Ms. Shamshad Akhtar, Executive Secretary of the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, or ESCAP, and Mr. Gwangjo Kim, Director of UNESCO in Bangkok, respectively. It took place during Thailand's National Water Conservation Week and World Water Day 2015, held on the theme of water and sustainable development at Siam Paragon in Bangkok, in front of high-ranking UN officials, diplomats from various nations, and representatives of 25 basin networks. General Prayut said that the UN message emphasized the roles of all nations in increasing public access to water resources. Thailand offered itself to take a leading role in water management in Asia with a plan to encourage lower consumption and a green economy. Thailand celebrated the World Day for Water in Bangkok to raise public awareness about water conservation, and Kun Niranut Traijakwanit has the story.
Water resources play a crucial role on sustainable development. This year, Thailand's Department of Water Resources is organizing an event to commemorate World Day for Water in a bid to raise public awareness about water conservation. Since water is essential for every living thing on Earth, it was declared on 1993 by the United Nations General Assembly that March 22nd would serve as the official World Day for Water. Since then, the whole world has celebrated World Day for Water every year and promotes specific activities that call attention to the great importance of sustaining the world's water resources. Ensuring a sufficient water supply is essential in order to fulfill meaningful poverty reduction efforts, economic growth, and environmental sustainability around the world. Water impacts food security, energy, health, and environmental protection, and having a secure water supply enables social welfare to improve and helps comprehensive development and livelihoods in general. The Department of Water Resources of Thailand is organizing World Day for Water events, and the department is promoting sustainable water management. Thailand's water resources management strategy is also in line with His Majesty the King's initiatives, which is aimed at ensuring sufficient water and preventing competition for water in the future. Associated Professor Dr. Sitang Pilaila, a Secretary of Water Management Subcommittee of the National Reform Council, talked more about Thailand's water management strategy.
As the member of the committee who tried to set up the water strategy of the nation, we could say that normally in Thailand we have the problem of flood, drought, and the water quality. So the new strategy of the Thailand, we concerned about these three problems. But in the past, the policy of Thailand has been set up by the government agency from the top to the down. But for the new era of the water strategy, we try to set it up from the bottom up to the head, up to the level of the government. So in the future, we try to get some high level of public participation and the cooperation from the water basin.
At the event, the seminar was held to call attention to Thailand's water resource management strategy, offering an opportunity for the public to share initiatives and solutions in order to solve problems concerning water and sustainable development. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
Thank you to Kun Niranut for that report, and the government expects it will be able to set up a central data center for all state agencies within 1 to 2 years' time in an effort to reduce redundancies associated with data center investments in the public sector. According to Deputy Prime Minister Mom Ratchawong Pridiathon Thewakul, the promotion of the digital economy model emphasizes 5 development areas, namely physical infrastructure, services, legal infrastructure, economic development promotion, and digital society development. Significant progress has been made in all the 5 areas, according to the Deputy Prime Minister. Mom Ratchawong Pridiathon indicated that all areas of the country will have access to fiber optic networks by 2017. Meanwhile, it will be 1 to 2 years before the databases of all state agencies can be merged into the central data center. He explained that the private sector will be invited to invest in the central data center. The 2015 conference of the National Family Assembly kicked off yesterday in Bangkok, with the main agenda being social problems caused by single parenthood. Deputy Prime Minister Yonghyut Yuthawong, who opened the conference, said that family is a core element of a peaceful and happy society. However, Thai society has currently encountered an increasing number of single-parent families in which only a father or a mother raises children on their own. Such a family emerges when either a couple divorces or one of them dies or leaves the family. The conference was expected to help members of the Assembly deliver the best and most appropriate advice to single parents. Professor Suriporn Panpung, director of the Institute for Population and Social Research, said that the rise in the number of single-parent families has negative impacts on the development of children and youths, as a single parent is unable to oversee their offspring in all aspects. In yesterday's special report, you saw how a small school in Lamphun province has been able to succeed through thoughtful discussions and assisting each other in a hands-on project to make sure that students learn and understand the lessons fully. Today, we take you to see a big school in Chiang Mai and how it too has made itself a school with a reputation for educational excellence through choosing the right curriculum for the right student. And Kun Banot Sisinsup reports.
This is Yupalat Vittayalai School, one of Chiang Mai's most recognized schools, as it was the first public school in the northern region. Established in 1889, more than a century later, the school has greatly expanded and now accommodates 3,400 students and has 200 teachers on staff. The Yupalat Vittayalai School is one of 148 big schools out of a total of 22,985 schools in total in Thailand that were examined in detail. The school received a mark of educational excellence as determined by the Office for National Education Standards and Quality Assessment of Thailand, or UNESCO. The students in this particular school excel in mathematics, science, and astronomy, and have performed very impressively in these fields. The school is continuously developing its courses and has even created many specialized classes to support the students' individual pursuits.
We can recommend to them what curriculum they should take, as we have a test for them to know what field of expertise they may have. We have a counselor to take care of them. We have science maths program, English mathematics program, English Japanese, English Chinese, and English French. There are a lot of science classes. The really outstanding students will be learning in the DPST class. And when they will finish high school with us, they will continue their higher education at Chiang Mai University.
I am Pasawat Somthop, the student that learned about making a science project. We have to think what we are interested in. We have to find ourselves what we are love to do, and we have to research it, to searching the data to make the project. Yeah, we have to learn by ourselves, and we have a teacher to only ask. Yeah, I am doing the project of physics, but I'm interested in shutter. The photo. Yeah, it is about the rate of light. Light shutter. How to focus of the camera. We learn about it.
Because she is facing a higher level of difficulty today, this experience will propel her intelligence and abilities tremendously. By emphasizing science and math courses, the school has been advancing in the fields of math and science, receiving numerous awards such as the International Astronomy Olympiad, International Physics Olympiad, Gold Medal from the World Youth Mathematics Intercity Competition, and many other world-renowned educational competitions. Banot Sisinsup, in BT World, Chiang Mai.
Thanks to Kun Puna for that report, and that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break, but here's a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices first.
Maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. Third core value, being grateful to parents and teachers.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
NBT World, a 24-hour English language television service operated by the National News Bureau of Thailand, or NNT, is designed to bring the most reliable information about Thailand to the international community. NBT World is available on various platforms, including via C-band set-top boxes, GMMZ Channel 202, PSI Channel 272, and a live stream on thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. You can also follow us on facebook.com/NNT News or download the PRD News EN application on your smartphones. NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Connections are widely recognized as keys to success in all businesses. And the Thai government is thus using connections as a strategy to bring the Masot Special Economic Zone in Tak Province into being. And Kun Prapaon Promlet has the story for us.
The Chamber of Commerce of Tak Province has recently signed with its business counterparts in the main economic cities located along both sides of the Thai-Myanmar border 3 memorandums of understanding. Although business connections have been made regularly in the Masot Special Economic Zone in Tak Province, they were generally made among Thai and Burmese traders. But connections at such a level are sometimes not enough to realize dreams of boosting cross-border trade due to legal and regulatory barriers, which can only be solved by official authorities. So, the 3 MOUs had to be signed first, as they will facilitate the establishment of further connections at a working level. And behind the conclusion of the MOUs is the Thai Commerce Ministry. It is the responsibility of this government unit to ensure smooth contact between private businesses and the Chamber of Commerce.
There is a lot of opportunity, not even in the telecommunication and even in the some other energies industry like electricities or other contract farmings. Yeah, but of course, to get the to be there, you need to have the, let's say, like the contract from the government. So that means there are a lot of process to do. So that's why to have a network and to build up and to develop, help them develop their area, like the sense of the sister city. That means this is one of the way that you can come close to them. And as if we have a very close relationship So all the thing will be done more easily.
The Commerce Ministry also facilitated the declaration of a joint statement between Thailand's Board of Trade and its Burmese counterpart, UMFCCI, hoping to enrich collaboration in investment, logistics and tourism. Thai products and services to gain benefits and privileges from the recently established upper-level connections are consumer products, beauty and healthcare, hospitality service, medical service, and education. In addition, labor-intensive industries such as garment manufacturing, livestock products, transportation service, and jewelry are among the businesses to benefit most. The conclusion of the MOUs and the joint statement appear to have given traders in the Special Economic Zone an assurance of business success, as the document is a binding commitment between Thailand and Myanmar. Papaon Promlerk, NBT World.
In our international stories, around 200 Afghans protested in Kabul yesterday over the killing of a woman by an angry mob in front of police last week for allegedly burning a copy of Islam's holy book, the Quran. Protesters gathered outside the Shah do Shamshara Mosque in the Afghan capital, demanding the government punish the perpetrators who killed 27-year-old Fakhunda. Mobile phone footage circulating on social media shows police at the scene did not save the woman, who was beaten with sticks and set on fire by a crowd of men in central Kabul before allegedly being thrown into a river in broad daylight on Thursday. Afghanistan's top criminal investigator, General Mohammad Zahir, told reporters on Sunday that the woman was wrongly accused of burning the holy book. He promised to punish all those involved and said 13 people, including 8 police officers, had already been arrested. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday apologized to Israel's Arabs after a rallying call to his supporters on Election Day last week was called racist by opponents. In a video clip posted on his Facebook page, Netanyahu told Israeli Arab supporters of his right-wing Likud party, "I know that the things I said a few days ago offended Israel's Arabs. I had no intention for this to happen. I regret this." Fearing his voters would stay home, Netanyahu, who won a clear election victory last Tuesday and is set to be nominated to form a new government, accused left-wing non-governmental organizations of busing Arab Israelis to the polls in droves to vote against him. The apology was rejected by Ayman Odeh, leader of the Joint Arab List, the third largest political party in parliament. He said Netanyahu was only responding to international criticism. And that is it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT, and you can check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're going to end the show today with some footage of a baby elephant celebrating his second birthday in Nakhon Ratchasima province. I'm Sandra Hanut Sahat for Newsline. Have a spectacular day. Sawasdee ka.